It was a long flight, and it looks like I'm getting heavier and heavier to boot. Have a rest, but stay close by. The oracle said that it was to be found in a building without corners on a flying island. And Tugator's the only flying island that I know. Let's hope we find a few answers here. Buttercup bravely fought her way through the winds on the way here. Now she's exhausted. She's earned a little downtime. Haven't a clue what happened to the jetty. Perhaps there was some kind of attack, or the thing just collapsed due to old age. A flying ship. Just as one would expect on a flying pirate island. I could swear... Oh no, is that the Mary? That means... Oh no. If the Mary's here, then he can't be far away. Seeing him is the last thing I need right now. Strange. Why are water snails stuck to the jetty here? Perhaps they thought it's a jetty, and every jetty must have snails, whether it's standing in water or hanging in midair. I know these snails. They're called purple snails. They emit a smelly substance to defend themselves, which turns purple in air. It's used as a dye for colouring things. A pretty battered pan. Looks like it survived an explosion. There are crusty bits of salt left inside there. What's going on there, then?
Furthermore, you stole the prosecutor's fez, beat him unconscious, and damaged part of the island with magic.
We didn't beat that stupid monkey unconscious. He knocked himself out.
Silence in court! The defendant may only speak when asked to do so. And don't call the prosecutor a monkey.
May I inquire what's going on here?
Ivo?
Lovely to see you again, Critter.
Fat? Who's fat?
Oh, shut the grog up! This is a trial, not a bloody circus.
Let me ask again. What's going on here?
Critter and I were arrested for no reason whatsoever.
I wasn't talking to you.
Idiots. Those two tried to steal my magic lamp, and they damaged the island. They also abused my friendship, and wanted to leave me here on my own, like everyone else.
The ugly one's renowned for it.
Enough. Those two will be judged fairly and squarely.
Then I demand a lawyer.
Silence in court, you spawny wazzock.
The Red Pirate, I presume.
You've heard of me.
Nate's mentioned you several times.
Only bad things, I hope.
Mainly that you sent the bounty hunter after him because you wanted your ship back.
The Mary is not his ship. I won it from him fair and square.
You cheated.
Of course. I just cheated better than you. Fair and square.
Silence in court, you spawny wazzock. And that's contempt of court.
Apparently there's a near-omniscient oracle on this island.
That's right. But people who aren't from here usually talk to him through mirrors.
Just guessing, but is it in that round building over there?
That's right and all. And you're not here because you want to steal from me, or to rescue your friends.
No, definitely not.
We don't even want to be rescued.
You boys just carry on playing on your own.
Now listen here, young lady. This is a matter of death, or a more painful, slower death.
Come on, Ivo, I can barely feel my hands anymore.
Don't you dare! You left without so much as a word, you human!
Perhaps you'd like to be the prosecutor instead, me dear?
What is that?
Oh, that! It's not what it looks like.
Not what it... Have you swallowed a watermelon?
All right, I'm pregnant. But I have not...
No sooner am I gone than you're all over the next guy that comes along.
I haven't been all over anyone. And you just scarpered off.
But just because... I'm not pregnant!
Just leave me alone, Nate Bonnet. I don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Quiet! Defendants are only allowed to cry out in despair when required.
He didn't even hear me out. He simply disappears, he gets involved with some dodgy deal or other, and then he tries to make me feel guilty. I'm not going to bail him out. Let Critter help him. He didn't even hear me out. He simply... I'm not cross with Critter. He did disappear without a word like Nate, but he belongs to Nate. Where Nate is where you'll find Critter. For example, in the stocks in a trial. Something round under a cloth. It's moving. I wonder what's under that cloth there.
It's the horror. The horror.
Old Red won't spill the beans. Guards that thing as if it was his biggest treasure.
A deserted island that should be swarming with pirates. A few stone statues. The only survivor is a collector of magical artifacts, hiding something the size of a head under a cloth. Let me guess. The head of Medusa?
Aye. She's dreadful.
I knew that. I was just testing you.
The head of Medusa is a dangerous weapon. Whole armies were stopped with it. I'd feel much happier if it wasn't in the ownership of an unstable pirate. A house with no corners. Got to be it. The building's got no windows at all. This door appears to be the only way in. Nothing. I can't see anything like a door handle either. So that's, if one... no. Haven't got a clue what that is. A hatch in the wall. Nothing. A bottle, something like potato crisps and toilet paper? Enemax, the energy drink, provides energy to the max, +2 endurance, -2 intelligence. The stuff seems to consist practically of just water, sugar and colouring. And now do I have to actually go and get hold of all this stuff just to get in there? Ugh, my feet hurt. It's too hot in here, and I've just had a row with my ex. Woe betide you if your information is not any use. Pirates don't have much of an eye for beauty. They are, however, very practical. Everything that pirates might want is growing here, from potatoes to hemp plants. Potatoes for potato crisps. Well, it's a start. That should do. Nate talked a lot about his old nemesis, the Red Pirate. One of Old Red's bounty hunters must have got hold of him. I mean, not even Nate would be stupid enough to come here of his own free will. Excuse me, Your Honor, Judge?
Yes.
Those 3 signs above the hatch on the observatory.
They signify offerings. If you want to ask the Oracle about the weather before a long journey, for example, you place the things the Oracle wants in the hatch, and then you're given an audience with it.
Yeah, that's what I imagined. The Oracle wants some unusual things.
Oh, that's often the case. It's a strange being, and quite unabashed. We wanted to ban it from the island, but every time we tried, it prophesied what dreadful consequences that would have, and so we left it be.
Where do I get the things from?
All the shops are closed. There was a kind of accident, and the inhabitants of the island are temporarily out of town. I keep an eye on their things as their trustworthy and reliable leader, so don't even think about stealing anything, will you?
Wouldn't dream of it. How's the trial going?
Marvelously. The accused is caught up in a web of contradictions.
This whole thing is ridiculous, and I'm innocent.
You see?
Why are you having this trial in the first place? I didn't realize things were quite so formal with pirates.
Aye, it's a new wind blowing on Tugator. No more impulse punishments. Law and order now rules. So it's safe for anyone to come back to the island.
The other pirates all mutinied and left, and now he's making out he's some kind of considerate leader.
Silence in court, you spawny wazzock.
A judge cheating at cards? Tut tut.
That's not true. Pirate poker is a dice game. And, I don't cheat. In the past, maybe, but this is the new Tugator. It's all about law and order now.
In pirate poker, you play for high stakes, right? I mean, if we play and I win, then you owe me something, right?
Theoretically. In reality, however, I will win, and you will owe me something.
What, for example?
If I win, then you have to stay on Tugator for a year and keep me company.
Ugh. And what if I win?
How about...
Your best friend's life?
No, I'd prefer something real I can hold on to.
an elegant pirate outfit? Clothes and a hat and all the trimmings.
That sounds good. Agreed. I think I've interrupted the court proceedings long enough.
True. Now, where was I?
Pictures of ships, pictures of women with malfunctioning clothes, and a petition. Nothing much of interest here. A rope. I bet it's good quality. Pirates know about that sort of thing. Medusa turns every living soul who looks upon her to stone. That's ancient magic, thousands of years old. I'd love to help those poor people, but this magic's very powerful. Back in those days, magic was still wild and untamed. A rag shop. I really don't like fussy clothes like the ones Mother always tried to make me wear, but I couldn't go this far. There must be some kind of middle ground, surely. Headscarves for bald pirates, swashbuckling patches, ripped rope for a belt. No, I can't be doing with any of this. Wait a minute, what's this? A hook could come in handy. The water's pretty dirty. Looks like the trough hasn't been cleaned in a while. Right then, the bottle's full. I'm not sure what sort of colouring should go into one of these energy drinks, but what's to say that purple wouldn't do the trick? Your defence strategy doesn't work too well now, does it? Whoa, relax, little guy. I've got what I need. The colouring's going in the bottle. I should be able to attach the hook to the rope. Right, that'll hold. After we defeated the Archwitch, we returned to the temple where we'd left Mary. We flew her to Seastone and Nate fired off 3 salute shots. There were only a few injured. Nate and Critter aren't great believers in order. Ship shapes not to be found here. During my first days on the Mary, I tidied up after them. I soon gave up on that. That's Nate's lucky headscarf. He put it on during stormy weather. Critter and I used to poke fun at the fact that it was always a matter of luck every time he stepped behind the wheel. Buttercup's too tired to carry me any further. But I can't just steal the Mary. She and Nate are thick as thieves. She wouldn't obey me. When I saw Nate for the first time, he was sitting in this very cage. The bounty hunter Mazaz had captured him. He managed to convince me that he was a capable captain able to help me. I thought he was brazen and pompous and clumsy and somehow also very sweet. I shouldn't have got involved with him. The heart's a poor counsellor when it comes to matters of love. I don't know what happened to Mazaz. Nate somehow managed to outwit her in the wildlands. Perhaps she managed to capture him after all and brought him here. Looking pot with, some sort of slime. We don't have any machines in the Elf Burrow, but Wilbur told me about how he was responsible for oiling and greasing all the machinery in the gnome hole. I imagine the stuff in this pot is the same sort of thing. We didn't fly a direct route from Seastone to the Elf Burrow. We made detours and explored Aventasia. Once we spent 3 days and nights drifting over the ocean because Nate and Wilbur tried to give the engine a bit more power. It was wonderful. The peace, the sea, the moonlight, and the 2 engineers making things worse each day.
Princess Ivo? What are you doing here?
Hello, Mary.
Are you here to break Captain Nate's heart again?
Did he tell you that? He left me, just like that.
But that's just ridiculous. He loves you. He left the ship full of hope, and 30 minutes later, he returned a different man. You said no, didn't you?
He was going to propose to me that night?
He had a ring and got himself a fine suit from the wardrobe. Yes, a proposal with all the bells and whistles. He was so nervous. He practiced the whole day. Asked me what I thought at least 100 times.
He didn't ask me once.
He didn't? I was convinced that our sudden departure was down to your refusing him. I said some horrible things about you. But Captain Nate wouldn't stand for it. When he left the cabin carrying the ring, that was the last time I saw him truly happy.
He just disappeared without a word. And I never got a marriage proposal.
But something must have happened. Otherwise, why would he have just left like that?
I woke up and wanted to go to him, but Mother told me that Nate had disappeared in the middle of the night with no explanation. I was sure that it was just a misunderstanding and that he'd come back, but he didn't.
Oh, sweetie, that is simply dreadful.
I was distraught, then angry, and after a while I started blaming myself. I'm a modern elf princess. Why am I acting like some silly little girl just because a bloke's left me? Why did you come to Tugator?
Captain Nate made a deal with a little bounty hunter in Bonzing. A gnome, I think. I hardly believed it when he gave me the course, but he said it was important. The most important thing in the world.
A wretched magic lamp was the most important thing to him, huh?
When Tugator appeared on the horizon, Nate let the bounty hunter put him in chains. Just like I was put in chains by the Red Pirate when we eventually reached the island. The next day, I felt the chain release itself. There was lots of shouting and noise, and ever since, I've wondered what was going on.
And then I came down the stairs.
Exactly. The princess who had given my captain so much heartache. Well, that's what I thought, at least.
Nate and Critter are on trial, and the Red Pirate is the judge.
A trial? Now there's a first for Tugator.
This place is nothing like how Nate always described it.
In his defense, he probably never bargained on you seeing this island with your own eyes.
Whatever the reason for him running, he shouldn't have just turned his back on me without explanation.
Not that I wish to defend him, but do you think he might have got cold feet because of your child? Oh, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, it's not his child.
What? You lying harlot! Go all doe-eyed at my Captain Nate and then go whoring around with someone else? And here's me, gullible Gertie, almost falling for your lies. Well, just you wait.
That's the same reaction Nate had. I have never and would never cheat on him. My pregnancy's a bit of a mystery to me as well. But hey, thanks for your support. Nate always insisted he hadn't got rid of the Red Pirate's dressing table because it wouldn't fit through the hatch. However, my theory is he'd missed the mirror. Chaos wherever you look. Nate is and always will be a pirate. Nothing's going to change that. We had a lot of fun with this wardrobe, or more precisely with the costumes in it. We had fashion shows every evening. Wilbur and Critter looked hilarious. Ah, happy times. I'm not going to poke around the wardrobe. Too many memories. Critter puts huge quantities of sugar in his tea. He gets that from Nate. Neither of them understand the rationale behind drinking tea. One heats water, puts tea into it, and then pretends that it tastes of something. Sugar and milk are just an interference. A good handful. That should do. There's a whole heap of coal glowing in the oven. Perhaps not enough to give Mary some steam, but certainly enough to grill half a pig with strawberry jam and pickled gherkins. Did I really just say that? The glowing coals in the oven are giving out a pleasant warmth. A ridiculous amount of sugar, basis of many drinks. You won't catch me drinking this stuff, but the ingredients are exactly the same as the original drink. The Oracle should accept this, I hope. Okay, I'll cut the slices as thin as I possibly can. The thin potato slices get put into the pan, like this. I've left the skins on. That'll give extra flavour. Fat is used for cooking, but this? Whatever. Right, high heat, boiling fat and thin potato slices. Should work. Oh yes, I can smell it already. Done. If I didn't know it was just my hormones talking, I could easily eat those. Now to add the crowning glory to the crisps. Salt. Ready. They look yummy. Enjoy. That's that then. That's Nate's favourite headscarf. I couldn't, could I? Have fun with it. All right then, open sesame. Are you taking the piss? I'm gonna do call and you can it up your you. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be getting so excited. Let's try that once again. If you don't open this door this instant, I will personally ensure that this building is smashed onto the rocks 3,000 meters below us. Then I will set fire to everything on this island and allow the island to crush your broken body. And after that, I'll get angry. I see we understand each other.
I don't go into the attic, oh, you stupid cow! Oh, yes, strawberry tart. Don't go there, honey. He's only gonna cheat on you.
So you are this oracle?
Good guess, Princess Ivo. You're much shorter in real life.
What's this about offerings? Do you think I'm going to be your errand girl?
Well, you already have been. I can't leave this room. I offer a valuable service, and someone has to do my shopping. No, not that door. Right!
So, the pirates have provided you with everything you need to survive?
Correct. But then the Red Pirate went crazy and scared them all off the island. That's why I have to make do with coloured sugar water and disgusting crisps.
You ate that?
I had to. I have needs, you know. Oh, yes, marry her without a prenup. That's a great idea.
You told me in the elf burrow that I would come here. So you can see into the future. What's your game?
The mirrors show the future, or possible versions of the future.
Then why didn't you warn Wilbur or the Archmage what was going to happen?
How could I get their attention? Anyway, I only observe. I don't get involved. Oh, let him cry. He deserves it.
You're getting involved now.
But only because it's absolutely necessary. Oh, a boat! We're saved!
Oh, that's all well and good. The question is, can I trust you?
What kind of a question is that? No matter what I say, you still won't know.
Maybe you're just telling me these things because you're bored and want to create a bit of chaos.
There are always exciting things happening in this world. I just want it to stay that way.
What do you mean?
Turn the Archmage back to normal. He can tell you.
I've got the frog. I mean the Archmage.
I saw the battle! Spectacular! That little girl and Wilbur's wand. You couldn't make it up.
Is there a way of changing Master Alistair back?
Oh, that's not so easy. He hasn't just been turned into a frog. He is a frog now. Oh, don't go, Johnny. She needs you.
But he can be changed back, can't he?
Perhaps. His consciousness and his soul are in another place. But there is still a weak bridge connecting him to this world.
So there is hope?
Yes, but just a vague one. You have to... Wallop! Right between the eyes! That had to hurt!
How can we return the spirit of the Archmage to this world?
The Red Pirate has a magic compass. It always points in the direction of what you desire most. In the case of the Archmage, this is hopefully a way back. The Lost Book of the Dead explains how to summon a spirit back into this world. But without a spark of life, he would die as soon as he returned.
A magic compass, a lost book, and a spark of life. Doesn't sound like a walk in the park.
That's why I lured you here.
Oh, no. Not him. No, 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 no.
You need them, Ivo. You won't manage this task without them.
I will get these 3 things and change the Archmage back. On my own.
No, you won't. I have seen a future in which you fail, Ivo. A future that you won't live to see.
Oh, but that's only one possible future.
True, but are you prepared to risk its occurrence just because Nate gets on your nerves?
Ha! He doesn't just get on my nerves.
I know, it's... What? That's never a valuable antique.
You said that the Book of the Dead had disappeared. Are there any clues to where it is?
Well, it's in a place without mirrors. That much is clear. It was kept in the legendary desert city of Lorem Ipsum in the Umzu Desert. No more is known.
Lorem Ipsum? Now, where have I heard of that?
An ancient city that finally lost the battle against the sand.
I'll find it, and the Book of the Dead.
The two of you will find the town.
Very well. I'll get both of them out of there.
It's not that easy. You're forgetting the head.
The head of Medusa.
I've seen it. Fortunately, just through my mirrors. It's terrible. If you try to rescue Nate and the critter with all guns blazing, the Red Pirate will unveil the head, and then no magic in the world can save you.
Got any suggestions?
You have to win the court hearing.
Would that not strike you as somewhat improbable with that judge?
Not with the right defense strategy. I haven't heard that one before.
Hello? Stick to the point. How am I going to convince the Red Pirate of Nate's innocence? Considering the fact that I'm pretty certain that there's a case to answer on every single count.
Of course Nate did everything he's accused of. But was it his free will?
What do you mean?
Say someone is controlled by a voodoo curse and kills someone. Is he the murderer or the one controlling the doll? I wouldn't eat that salad.
What have voodoo dolls got to do with Nate and the theft of the lamp?
Act as his defense lawyer and tell the Red Pirate that Nate was controlled by a higher power. The rest will follow of its own accord.
That's insane.
Trust me, I can see through all mirrors. And anyway, I love courtroom dramas.
Okay, I'm just going to go now.
Shh! He's proposing to her.
Well, thanks for your help. Thousands of lives are being reflected in each mirror. I really shouldn't look, but there's such a powerful allure in watching other people go about their daily business. The Oracle said that the stories repeat themselves again and again. I think that's because people don't really change. Different places, different people, the same mistakes. It's very difficult to recognize anything at all in this mirror. Perhaps it's showing a future in constant motion? Would I like to know when I'll die? And what is going to become of this one? No. I believe that not knowing what the future will bring is part of life. Excuse me, Your Honor, Judge.
Yes.
All defendants are entitled to a lawyer, are they not? I will be their lawyer.
Oh, really? Why not? Being the judge, I'm all for a fair trial. No one should be able to say, I sentenced them to death unjustly.
I don't know if I want to be represented by her.
Shut up, Nate. The accused is only allowed to talk when their lawyer tells them to.
Well, what do you have to say in their defense?
Proven imbecile, Your Honor. He is not compos mentis.
Oi!
He tried to steal from me. That's really bordering on madness.
And his IQ lies somewhere between that of a jelly glowfish and a cave troll.
I am not an imbecile, and I'm much smarter than a glow jellyfish.
He stole the Mary without any idea of how to fly an airship.
And did he not promptly crash in the Northlands?
I didn't. You're both really enjoying this, aren't you?
The court acknowledges that he's an idiot, but that ain't enough to lessen the punishment.
Granted, but I would like idiot to be highlighted in the records.
Sustained.
You... Ow.
What else have you got?
The deeds he's accused of are grave. But just like one can't accuse a troll of being insolent and smelly, one can't accuse Nate of objectionable behaviour. and being smelly.
Hey!
He's just of bad character through and through.
Can you give examples? For the objectionable behaviour, I mean. The bad smell is quite obvious.
Making advances towards women and promises of a life together and then leaving her without so much as a word. In the middle of the night.
Certainly not sensitive, but in his defence, he is a pirate. What else do you have?
He is not responsible for his actions. He's being controlled by a higher power.
Oh, the voodoo doll defence.
Not at all. There is a higher power which controls him and all of us, I think.
Oh, yes.
Indeed. Behold the water jug.
Nah, that was the win.
No, that was the higher power.
If so, then it could get that coconut down from that tree. That is impossible.
Indeed.
You, turn around. Now go ask your higher power how many fingers I'm holding up.
It is 3 fingers.
That's witchcraft. Someone's watching me. They want to control me. And they want to drive me crazy. But they won't get me.
That was brilliant. How did you do that?
I don't know.
You mean there really is a higher power controlling everything?
That can't be. Oh, higher power! If you are really there, make a green unicorn appear. See? Just a figment of imagination.
All right then, release me. Come on, critter, we're going.
Don't I even get a thank you?
I didn't ask for your help, and we would have managed fine on our own. Isn't that right, buddy? You see?
I could have just left you to rot in the stocks.
Maybe you should have. You're good at betraying your friends.
I have not betrayed anyone.
Critter, can you tell that person that the proof of her infidelity is clear enough for anyone to see?
Critter, tell this excuse of a pirate that I was not unfaithful to him. Even if I'd wanted to, I couldn't have been unfaithful to him. He left me.
Critter, tell her that I won't listen to this any longer.
Nate, it's about the Archmage and Wilbur.
What? What about them?
The Archmage has been cursed and Wilbur's wanted for murder.
That's nonsense. That little guy wouldn't hurt a fly.
We have to help them.
I can't. I can drop you off in Elfborough if you like.
That would be a start. The spark of life is there. My father has it.
Yeah. Let's just go.
Are you sure you'll be able to find the elf burrow? Right, someone's going to have to go up to my father and ask him for the spark of life. Then we have to head off to find Lorem Ipsum. Hello?
I'm not going to help. That's your problem.
Well, I'm not over the moon about it either, but the Oracle did say that I needed friends in order to overcome the challenges that lie ahead of me.
Then I suggest you look for some. Farewell.
But you have to help me. I can't possibly meet Mother in this state. The gods only know what she'd do to me.
And quite rightly, too.
Oh yeah? Then why don't you tell him yourself that you're going to desert him?
The frog?
That's Archmage Alistair. Didn't you listen to anything I said? And what about Wilbur?
I'm sorry. I can't. Oi, Critter! Come on! Just look what she's done. Critter! Ah.
Critter! I knew that you wouldn't desert me. And that's good. Mother must under no circumstances see me like this.
I was informed of your arrival, Ivo.
Oh, hello, Mother.
I've been worried, child.
Well, I'm so sorry about that. But perhaps you should have a lie down and we'll talk about everything in the morning.
What is the matter with you? Why don't you turn around?
Why don't you turn around first?
The company of that human is not good for you. That is why I told him to go away.
You did what?
What have you?
Well, I can explain.
Not necessary.
I just turns up and what the hell is taking so long? Critter, come on, it's time to go. Ivo's hippogriff doesn't seem very happy. Perhaps she's missing her rider. Or she's just hungry. Or both. Go over into the garden. There are plants and fruit there if you're hungry. Don't fancy greens, huh? The Elf Burrow is one of the most beautiful spots imaginable. But a golden prison is still a prison. The Elf Burrow is one of the most beautiful spots, but a golden... As soon as I've picked up Critter, I'm out of here. Perhaps we'll fly to... whatever. We're free. We can fly to wherever we want. Mary was damaged recently, and I want to repair her. When I say recently, I mean about 2 years ago. But in my defense, I had to save the world in the meantime. I'll start the repairs tomorrow. But what can you do if there's a better use for the plank? Critter, what have you done now? Ivo's mother? Oh. Come on, let's get you out of there first. All right. Darn elven magic. Yes, I'll get help. Wait here.
I couldn't allow him to propose to you. What sort of life would you have? You'd have lost him so soon, maybe just 50 years after marrying him. Or were you planning to go into the world with him and get old just like him? That would be terrible, and I told him as much. If one truly loves someone, then it's sometimes better to let them go. You know that I can be very convincing. The human spirit is weak. And perhaps there was a tiny bit of magic involved too. If only I'd known that it was already too late.
That darn witch! It all sounded so right. I was already across the sea when it became clear to me that I might have made the biggest mistake of my life. No wonder Ivo hates me. Her mother must never have told her what happened, or she blamed me for everything. Is still sitting where I left him months ago. Of course, he's not really called Bob, but his elven name is too complicated and long to remember. And he likes Bob. Hey, Bob.
Nate, my boy, what are you doing here?
I rescued Ivo from Tugator, the flying pirate island, and brought her back here, more or less.
Oh, so you're getting on well again.
It's too late for that. Trust me.
It is never too late for that. Trust me.
Your wife has hexed Ivo and imprisoned Critter. I'll free both of them and
I would counsel you to patience, my impetuous friend. What has happened?
The Queen found Ivo in the garden. She's pregnant. Did you know that?
I hope that you are speaking of Ivo and not my wife. Of course I knew.
She's put Ivo into a kind of deep sleep.
Theodora knows wise decisions take time. It isn't a simple sleep. It's a kind of time out. For Ivo, time is standing still until her mother brings her back.
And when will that be?
As soon as she knows how she's going to deal with the situation. That could take months, or even years.
Years? She's got no right to do that. We have to bring Ivo back.
Just like the polecat butters the bread of the barn owl.
Ivo seems to have coped well with me leaving her. Seems to have been in a rush to find herself an elven prince.
No, she didn't take it well. She was hurt and disappointed. And no, she didn't throw herself around the neck of any elf prince.
I don't even want to know. I'd always loved her, but it seems to have been quite one-sided. How can we wake Ivo up?
Without the help of her mother, impossible.
Then we'll have to force her. She can't keep Ivo imprisoned against her will.
You won't have any luck. Fiora will defend her daughter. She thinks she's doing the right thing. But if you can make her see that she was not acting in Ivo's best interests, then I'm sure she would let her go.
I should talk to her?
Oh, you'd be dead before you'd stuttered out your first sentence.
Hey! I eavesdropped on the Queen. She never told Ivo what happened, right?
What happened? You just disappeared one night.
It was all your wife's fault. She hexed me. I was going to propose to Ivo. The Queen intercepted me and whispered something in my ear.
Her words would have just washed over you had they not found something which they were able to catch hold of.
I thought long and hard about whether I should propose to Ivo. I loved her, but I also loved my freedom.
Gods and the wise call that getting cold feet.
So she could manipulate me because of my feet?
She magnified your doubts and let you lose sight of what was really important, your love for Ivo.
But I didn't want her to have to watch me die. And I certainly didn't want her to come with me out into the world and grow old and die herself.
Would it have not been up to my daughter what sacrifices she would be willing to make for you? She is, after all, the more intelligent one.
After I left the Elfborough, my head still told me I'd done the right thing. I wouldn't condemn Ivo to a life with me, and a goodbye would have been too painful for both of us.
But your heart told you that you were a fool.
Later, I thought I'd found a solution. I'd find a way to live forever. Then I could marry Ivo and we'd never be separated.
Your heart was right. You are a fool.
Well, Archmage Alistair's been turned into a frog. By a certain Van Buren, some little brat who's running through Seastone and transforming everything.
A little girl transformed the Archmage?
Yes. No idea how she managed it. Ivo said something about Wilbur's wand. And he's in the dark woods looking for a book that explains how it can be destroyed. In the meantime, Ivo wanted to organize a few things needed to bring the Archmage back.
What sort of things?
Some book from Lorem Ipsum.
The Book of the Dead?
Yep, that was the one. Then we need a compass that belongs to the Red Pirate, and something called the Spark of Life. That's why she came back here.
I see. It's crucial we turn Alistair back quickly. He might have answers.
Answers? To which questions?
Something is stirring. A great evil. I have felt it for a while now.
The little brat with the wand?
No. Something older, greater, and a great danger for you, for Ivo, for everyone.
That doesn't sound good. But I wouldn't even know where to start. Ivo didn't tell me very much. Or perhaps I didn't listen.
I have the spark of life here. I will give it to my daughter as soon as she wakes. I can't help you with the compass, though. But I saw the lost city of Lorem Ipsum with my own eyes, long, long ago.
If I were to look for Lorem Ipsum, where would I find the ruins of the city?
Under the sands of the Umzu Desert.
Oh, really? Could you be a bit more precise? The desert's pretty big.
I can't remember the exact location. I set out from the Bremen oasis, went into the desert, and just followed my nose. After a few days, I saw the golden roofs of the town glinting in the sun as it set behind them.
So Lorem Ipsum is west of Bremen. But how far into the desert? How many days did you walk, and how quickly?
It was 3,500 years ago. What did you do last Thursday?
West of Bremen. That's a start. Your wife trapped Critter in the garden. Some thorny tendrils grew out of the ground, imprisoning him.
Oh, an old trick that all priests have up their sleeve.
So novices couldn't sneak out of rituals early, eh?
But the tendrils are very ticklish, especially under the arms.
They... All right, then. Take care, Bob. I'll see what I can do to help Ivo and Alistair. Or, if I can.
I see a man with a mission of great importance that he would like to complete.
Like? All that work? All that danger? The stress? You've got the same attitudes towards stress as I have.
I can see through you, Nate. You made your decision long ago. You just haven't realized it. To do good. Be part of something bigger. Help others. We all need goals in our lives. And the greater the goal, the greater the reward.
I don't know what you're talking about, old man. Huh. Tickle, tickle, tickle. No problem. Now you go and wait on the Mary, okay? At school, I had a teacher who hit us across the fingers with something like that when we were naughty. I stayed the full 2 weeks nonetheless. Education is the key to success. We waited for ages until Ivo's mother finally left the palace. Then it was pool time. Critter and me cannonballed in from the balcony. Ivo was torn between outrage and laughter. No trace of arbor, but he left this ball of string lying here. Perhaps he was going to tie up bushes with it or something. Shorty won't mind, I think. Mary and me like a bit of banter. She says I haven't got a clue about flying airships, and that we only stay in the air because she ignores my commands. Ha! Hey, Mary.
Captain Nate?
What's our course, helmsman? Woman? Ship?
We are at anchor in the harbour and don't have a course.
I'll play along. You know I like all that nautical stuff.
Course set 245 degrees north-south, Captain.
Very good. Keep course.
Yes, sir, Captain.
Ivo's mother. She's simply switched her off. How dare she?
Switched her off?
Magic elven stuff. If I could, I'd go up there and...
You are not a fighter, Captain Nate. You are... No, wait a moment, you're not really a thinker either. What exactly are you?
A doer, Mary. A doer. It looks as if we'll be off on our next adventure soon, Mary. Lorem Ipsum, the lost desert city.
I'll travel to the end of the world with you, but I'm driving.
All right. Let me know if there's a problem.
And then?
Ivo tidied up here when we flew back from the Wildlands. At least that's what she called it. In reality, all she did was bring confusing order to my orderly disorder. Navigation isn't a complicated science. I choose a place on the map I'd like to fly to, then I tell the Mary the name of the place and she flies me there. I don't know why other people find it so difficult. All right, then. I met Critter in the Northlands. Nice people up there. Penguins, mainly. Wilbur comes from around there. Mainly just dwarves and gnomes live there. The White Ridge Mountains are too cold for humans. After everything Ivo told me, Seastone is a no-go at the moment. Better that we're not seen there without the Archmage. His human version, I mean. The Wildlands aren't that wild anymore since the Earth Gnomes took over the Archwitch's tower. But there's still a lot of evil vermin lurking around in the surrounding countries. That's the desert where Lorem Ipsum must be. Wait a minute. I must have a more detailed map of the area somewhere here. The Umzu Desert isn't all sand. There are stony mountains, gorges, and salt lakes. The one thing they have in common is that it's darn hot. That's the old oasis of Bremen. Ivo's father set off westwards from this town and reached Lorem Ipsum at some point. The problem is, I don't know how far west of Bremen the ruins are. The area is large, and if I'm unlucky, the ruins are completely covered in sand. I have to reduce the search area somehow. A pile of maps, diaries, travelogues, and stuff. I was looking for things that promise eternal life. The Holy Grail, the Philosopher's Stone, the Fountain of Youth, that kind of thing. Harder to find than you'd think. That's why I had the idea with the djinn. At least I knew where to look for him. Wasn't there a book on Lorem Ipsum here? That's it. This is the famous travelogue that reports on the city Lorem Ipsum, in a forgotten language. Scholars claim it speaks of life in the city and of huge wealth. the main reason that this text is so well known all around the world. Lorem ipsum dolor sit emet, consectatur adipicici elit, sed eismod tempor insidunt ut labor et dolora magna aliqua, ut enim ad minim veniam quis nostrud exercitation ulamco laboris nisi ut aliquid ex ei commodi consequat, and so on. For me, this is just a string of meaningless words. The author of this diary never found the city, so I don't know if this picture of the city is born of his fantasy or if it's based on descriptions. Even if the city did once look like this, it perished thousands of years ago. There's surely nothing left but a few ruins. What are the chances that the Book of the Dead has survived? What's this? The author seems to assign great meaning to these hieroglyphs. If only I could read them. Why didn't the people back then just write under the pictures what they were supposed to mean? I wonder whether... Here! That's what I was looking for. The book describes what the symbols mean. The first one is... a kind of angular stone? Gemstones. Jewels. That's a promising start. The second symbol... Desert. Yeah, makes sense. The city is somewhere in the Amzu Desert. Next. Feet? What have feet got to do with it? Can you only reach the city by foot? The next symbol. 3. 3 feet. That's unusual. Perhaps the last symbol will make it clear. Mountains. Jewels. Desert. Mountains. The jewel of the desert at the foot of the 3 mountains. That's it. Lorem ipsum. The city with roofs of gold is the jewel of the desert, and it lies at the foot of 3 mountains. And these 3 mountains must be west of Bremen. That should be easy to find. All right, then. Three mountains west of Bremen. I bet Critter's next meal that the jewel of the desert is at the foot of these mountains. I'll mark the place on the big map. There hasn't been an airship visiting Lorem Ipsum for centuries, perhaps millennia, if ever. Time to pay a call to the old city.